I'm Alex Kraemer alongside Christina Thompson. Well, it's now time to take a look at your money and today's business headlines. And for a little help with that,
we're going to welcome in America's accounting professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Dan, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Very good, thanks.
Good. I mean, I'm doing good. I remember I opened up my app to see that the markets had closed. They're closed today during the holiday day, of course, but they closed on a major high last week. The Dow and the S&P 500 snapped losing streaks for their best week since November 2020. Dan, with a drop in the GDP, why did the week close with such a positive surge? I mean, I'm not complaining. It was definitely surprising, but a happy surprise.
Yes, it was. You know, this is something that we would call a bear market rally, because certainly the market has been in very, very choppy waters. So now what we're seeing is we get this rally. Now the question becomes, is it going to last? Or was that a temporary blip? Of course, we want this to be the beginning of a comeback, but nobody truly knows where the market is going to go. But I have to say this. Look, this market has been really up against it. Think about all the factors that the market's been dealing with, whether it's inflation, you have a war in Ukraine, you have rising interest rates, a weakening economy. So the market, although it's been down, has really had a tough go of it trying to stay up there. And I think, given the circumstances, it's not as terrible as you might expect.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Amazon opening its first physical clothing store in Glendale, California. For a company that has built their empire completely on e-commerce, why are they making a brick and mortar store at this point?
Well, it's a good question, right? Because Amazon is certainly known for being the monster, the giant of online retail. So why would they do this? When I think about this, it's that they are looking to get, as if they need it, a physical presence that provides almost advertising for them, right? Because you actually start to see the store and it's in your head to go in. But of course, I don't see them going to brick and mortar as their primary anytime soon. Look, this is really a just-in-time model done online, and I think that's the bread and butter that they're going to end up sticking with.
Dan, what's interesting is, okay, we know that employees are having a lot of trouble finding employees to hire. Because of this, robots are up 40%. I think when a lot of people think of robots, they're not really sure what that means, but it's really just, mops to mop the floor or different robot vacuums when you walk into a Starbucks or a food store and you can type it on an iPad what you want to order. And this might actually give actual employees more face-to-face times with people coming in, clientele. Are robots the answer to the labor shortage? Are we maybe going to see a spike in more customer-employee relations?
Well, I think given the labor shortage that has been so extreme since the beginning of the pandemic, you see businesses that are saying, look, we have to be able to find alternatives. If something like this happens again, let's hope it never is, but if it happens again, what do we do if we can't rely on labor? And of course, the answer is artificial intelligence. So I think these types of business models relying on robots, if you will, here to stay. But what I like about it is it makes people go to their highest and best use. So in the retail environment or wherever you have interaction with people, it's really nice to actually talk to somebody. So I do like the idea if we could kind of push down the work that robots can take over and let's leave people to do the interaction. I like that.
All right, Dan, we're going to end on something kind of fun. Top Gun 2 Maverick opened in theaters this weekend and grossed $248 million worldwide. Now, that, surprisingly, is actually the highest of Tom Cruise's career. Obviously, incredible career for him. He actually visited with one of today's guests, Captain Scott Miller. Dan, I do have to say, I saw it opening day on Friday. It was unbelievable. It left me at the edge of my seat the entire time. Tom Cruise hasn't aged a day. I don't know what he's drinking, what kind of water he's drinking, but he looks fantastic. Dan, did you catch the movie?
I have not, but certainly when you see Tom Cruise there, he has found the fountain of youth. You know what I'm most amazed about by all this? The original Top Gun came out in 1986. So are these people that have been waiting so long to say, hey, the sequel is here? I kind of forgot about Top Gun, to be honest with you. But look, I'm glad it's really a great movie. It's about time that we have something in the theaters that is really worth going to see. So I haven't been in a theater in a long time, but this may be one where I break that streak and go out there and see Tom Cruise again.
I think Hollywood accomplished what they wanted to accomplish by pushing it back over COVID. They wanted it to be the movie of the summer, and I think
true.
that it is.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out a couple years ago.
I know.
And now they're finally released. I think a lot of people, they've been waiting, and it certainly made the money. Dan Geltrude, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, plenty more to come right here on Wake Up America. Don't forget